Welcome back inside the NSIC Network studio for the NSIC Indoor Track and Field Preseason Coaches Poll Reveal. Today we'll go through the preseason rankings as determined by the lead coaches. We'll look at NSIC athletes to watch from each team, and we'll reveal the preseason track and field athletes of the year. So, let's get to the rankings.
In 12th, it's Upper Iowa. The Young Peacock program, which was 12th at last year's championship, looks for continued growth this season. They will turn to sophomores Caden Ludwig and Jalen Hobson for leadership. Ludwig was 16th in the 200 last year, while Hobson was 11th in the long jump. In 11th, it's Minot State. The Beavers signed its largest class with 29 signees this past summer and returned a talented and deep roster after finishing 11th at last year's championship. Treston Manselis Finnerty is a graduate transfer from Northwood University, where he recorded the mile record and was named All-Conference in All-Region. Hunter Clark is coming off a season where he recorded the 7th longest distance in D2 program history in the weight throw and the 4th longest throw in the shot put. In 10th, it's Southwest Minnesota State. The Mustangs will look to improve on its finish at the 2021 Indoor Championships, following 3 straight seasons of recording a 10th place finish. Senior Connor Wigan leads the team after placing second at the NSIC Champions in the shot put last season to earn all NSIC accolades. Senior Isaiah Nelson will look to contend for a podium spot after finishing 10th last season in the triple jump and placing 19th in the long jump. At 9 is Wayne State. The Wildcats turn to an All-American, an NSIC championship thrower, and a group of 13 freshmen to improve on last year's 9th place finish at the NSIC Indoor Championships. Cade Kukowski returns in the weight throw after he was second in the event last year and taking first in 2019. He is a 2-time NCAA national qualifier that includes an All-American finish in 2019. Junior Noah Lilly returns in the multi-events after earning an 8th place finish last season in the heptathlon. At 8th, it's Concordia St. Paul. The Golden Bears scored 45 points at last year's championship to place 8th. Isaiah Wanowski recorded a PR in the 3000 at the NSIC Championships, landing him in 24th place. He was also part of the 4x400 relay that took 9th place at the NSIC Indoor Challenge. Jacob Tordson set a personal best in the heptathlon, finishing 7th at the NSIC Track and Field Indoor Championships. He also recorded a personal best in the high jump, finishing in 5th place at the Ted Nelson Classic. In 7th at Sioux Falls, the Cougars will be led in the throws by Patrick Hagan, who was 6th in the weight throw and had a top 10 finish in the shot put at the NSIC Championships. Logan Hansen was a member of the Sioux Falls winning distance medley relay team at the Indoor Championships and placed in the top 11 in 3 events at those same championships. At 6, it's Minnesota Duluth. The Bulldogs finished 7th at last year's championships. They're returning 12 top 8 finishers from that team, and among those 12 is senior Christian Leonard. Leonard, an all-NSIC performer, placed 3rd in the mile and 4th in the 800-meter run. Senior Ian O'Connor placed 1st last season in the Bulldogs' debut at the opener in the high jump, clearing 6'4" 3/4 inches. He also made the podium, placing 8th in the heptathlon as a sophomore. In 5th, it's Northern State. The Wolves took 4th at the NSIC Championships last year, the highest finish for the program since the 2009-10 season. Tanner Berg won the first NSIC championship of his career in the weight throw and advanced to the NCAA Indoor Championships as the top seed. Jackson Harrison had a breakout season last year as he placed 7th in the 5,000 meters at the NSIC Championships. He also tallied indoor personal bests in the mile, 5,000 meters, and 3,000 meters a year ago. In 4th, it's NSU Moorhead. The Dragons return a talented nucleus that finished 3rd at last year's championships. They will be led by senior distance runner NADIR YUSUF and sophomore jumper Chiron Kemp. YUSUF has 2 NSIC champions in his track career after winning the 3K last year and finishing 2nd in the 5K. Kemp was the 2020 NSIC Indoor Newcomer of the Year after winning the triple jump and finishing 3rd in the high jump and long jump. He is the Dragon School record holder in the triple jump. We've reached the top 3, and in the 3rd spot, it's the University of Mary. The Marauders lost a lot of talent to graduation, but returned a solid core from a team that was 5th at last year's championship. Leading the Marauders' effort on the track is Northern Sun 200-meter dash reigning champion Logan Myers. Junior Brady Erickson was the runner-up in the long jump and also made an impact as a member of the Marauders' 3rd place 4x400-meter relay team. He also scored a point in the 200-meter dash. In 2nd, it's Augustana. The Vikings returned 9 of the 13-point scorers from last year's championship, who tallied 121.5 points while finishing 2nd. Junior Tyle Wolber returns as the high point performer from last year's championship, where he totaled 34 points while winning the heptathlon, placing 2nd in the triple and long jumps. He placed 4th in the high jump and 6th in the 60-meter hurdles. Austin Miller, a graduate student, returns as the NSIC record holder in the 800-meter run. And in the top spot, it's the 9-time defending champions of Minnesota State. MSU won 9 events to win by 93 points at last year's championship. The Mavericks will see 6 student-athletes return who qualified to the NCAA championships last season, including Devion Brown in the high jump. Last season, Brown's best mark in the high jump, a leap of 7 foot 2 1/4 inches, ranked second best in Division II and is the third best mark in MSU history. Josh Phelps was an indoor first-team All-American in the 4x400 meter relay and is the returning NSIC champion in the 400 meters and was the runner-up in the 200 meters. The coaches also select a preseason track and preseason field athlete of the year. Your preseason track athlete of the year is MSU Moorhead's NADIR YUSUF. The reigning 3,000 meter champion, NADIR has consistently brought an approach to training and passion for championship level racing that has elevated the Dragon program. Let's hear from our preseason track athlete of the year.
Being named the NSIC preseason track athlete of the year means so much to me because it shows the amount of respect that I've gained from the coaches over my time being able to compete in the conference. I want to thank my coaches here at MSUM who have guided me throughout my process from the beginning to where we are now, and my teammates who have been there every step of every mile and for helping me reach this point. Also, another thank you to all the coaches in the conference who are working very hard to get us some meets, whether it's some duos, some small invites, because they all know that we're looking forward to getting to another track meet to compete and do what we love to do. So thanks to all of you guys for working very hard, and go Dragons.
Your preseason field athlete of the year is Augustana's Tyle Wolbler. The reigning high point performer has put himself in a position to compete with the top multi-event athletes in Division II. The versatile athlete will be asked to contribute in many ways during the course of the season.
Being named NSIC Preseason Athlete of the Year is an honor, but it just shows I have a lot of work to do this season to get back to nationals. I'd like to thank my coaches. I'd like to thank my teammates because they push me each and every day. I'd like to thank my parents because they're with me every step of the way. I'd also like to thank Andy Stocks in the weight room, just getting us strong, getting us ready to go. What I'm looking forward to most this year is just competing. You know, it's this COVID stuff's putting a hinder on a lot of things, but getting out there and showing our talent and hopefully getting back to nationals this year is something I'm really looking forward to.
There you have it, the NSIC preseason coaches poll. For updated schedules, visit northernsun.org.